Good evening and welcome to the Upper St. Clair varsity hockey game this evening. Brisk night here in November in our own backyard brawl at home. Your Panthers in white will take on the Blue Devils from Mount Lebanon. Panthers coming off of a 4-game winning streak with a record of 4-2. Playing the tough Mount Lebanon Blue Devils at 2-2-1, and we'll pause for our anthem. Good evening once again. Kirk Caroof on your Panthers High Definition Channel 7 cable television network, along with John Sarabella on the camera. And the Panthers have found themselves in first place of our division. First time in a long time, and the varsity team playing extremely well. Coming off a win here at Wheeling Park the other evening, 3-2. And a tremendous victory. We missed it. I must admit I headed south and would love to be there this week, folks, but came off a beautiful overtime victory against Bethel Park in the house of Bethel Park. So Panthers sporting a 4-2 record, and Mount Lebanon has given them fits for years and years past, and we'll see if we can break that trend here this evening. Panthers will be traveling right to left on your TV dial in their gorgeous home whites trimmed in red and black. And one of my favorite away uniforms, John, the Mount Lebanon Blue Devil, Michigan blue-like, trimmed in yellow and white. Panthers controlling the play very nicely as the first minute gives. Give and go here. Oh, my. A golden opportunity there in the corner as Sellup crashed a goal, but held on by Beeling. And they'll have a stop and play with 14:33 to go here in the first. Sorry, I'll have to get the number of the Mount Lebanon goaltender. It's either Hupfeld, Lazowski, and I think Mirovich is traveling here along with our own goaltender tonight, Matt Reggett. See if you can get a number there, John. 33. Yeah, that's goaltender Lazowski. I'm sorry. In goal for our Panthers, number 29, Mike Stein tonight. Face-off controlled by Mount Lebanon, but going to come back to the point. Shot right on from the point. Good shot by Escherick, and a good save by Lazowski, and he'll hold on. And the voice of the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils just passing by, Mr. Bob Sebastian, said he had his Upper St. Clair shoes on. Face-off controlled in the corner by Mount Lebanon. They'll bank it around the board. That play will come back to center very neatly. Going to be picked up by Greeno. It's going to go down the right wing. Oh, give and go, and a nice play in front. And Stein was sprawled across the crease, but no shot was taken. Mount Lebanon with a quick change and a deflection in front comes by the board. Mount Lebanon teams of the past, and we're going to have a whistle here. Going to have, I believe, perhaps an offside or an icing play here. But Mount Lebanon teams of the past, John, used to be coached by Paul Tabai, and a new head coach this year, Dave Hornack. And again, boy, have to see the coaching style of Hornak. I know it used to be a brutal test getting behind this team. Paul Tabay teams of past were typically teams that would get that 1-2-0 lead and make it almost impossible to come back. Very defensive-oriented team. St. Clair should have an advantage here. Being at home, I think as many games, it's very important that St. Clair gets that early tally here. Shot's going to go off the mark, kicks into the corner where Eric Surma will play the puck around the far boards. Going to come back to the center ice area where Gelarowski will chip it back to center, and the Panthers on a good wholesale line change. Outlet pass, and that's going to go the length of the ice, and icing will be called against Mount Lebanon, and we'll face it off in their zone with 13:05 to go here in the first. Your score 0-0. Face-off for the Panthers will be taken by and won by number 83, Steve Trombetta. Unable to keep it in the zone where it'll be picked up by number 10, Brandon Tigret. Unable to control, and that'll be picked up by number 42, Gutman. And he wheels it around the corner where it's played by Schaefer outside the zone. Picked up by Trombetta, who headmans the play around the corner where number 91, Livingston, will play it. Going to be chipped in with a little 9-iron shot there by Trombetta. Following up number 17, Jacob Chakran, unable to control, comes back to center and chipped back in by Surma, but offsides was Trombetta. And we'll face it off again right outside the red stripe. Head coach again, Larry Marks, coming from the Bethel Park area. Doing a fantastic job here. First year with the Panthers. Very active in coaching in the past. Coached Trinity at one time. And has his boy actually playing on the Bethel Park varsity team. I was talking to him earlier. His son was pretty good about it. He said, "Dad, it's a win-win situation. If Bethel Park wins, I win. If St. Clair wins, you win." So kind of a nice attitude to have for a young varsity player. Boy, like all Mount Lebanon teams of past, it seems like when these two teams sport it up, you don't have much physical play. You have a lot of open ice and big-time skating that goes on. And that, to me, is the difference of the have and have-nots in this AAA ranks. Shot right in front. Shot. Oh, what a save by Stein. And he had him point blank from 5, and a shot came right off the blade, and here comes a mini break. Comes back to Schneiders, and he looks across the corner, nobody home, kept in neatly by Eschrick. Play will finally come back where St. Clair will have to tag back up here. Boy, a mini opportunity there for the Panthers. Taken by Murray, and he can fly, number 18. Play unable to get out where number 11, Klein's going to take it. And I believe Klein is having an excellent season, leading the Panthers in points. Play comes around the corner with 10:48 to go. Murray will chase it. Comes all the way back to the point where number 72, Robbie Schneid, will keep it in neatly. Be followed up there by Gralty, unable to control, and back to center. Taken by senior captain, number 8, Eric Surma. Give and go with Schneid. Back to Murray, to Surma. Banks it around the corner where Gralty will try to chase back. Hustling Murray will get to the play. Surma with a backhanded, chips it behind goaltender Lazowski. Good forechecking here for the Panthers. Oh, heavy hit there, but unfortunately going to probably be called Gralty a hit from behind here, and our first penalty is going to be doled out. And oh, so classic Mount Lebanon. Patience, patience, patience. And Mount Lebanon will draw the first power play opportunity of the evening. And Gralty will be called for 2 minutes for hitting from behind. John complaining about the frigid fingers. As in many years past, not only would John Sarabella, our cameraman, bring one pair of gloves, but just like in the movie Dumb and Dumber, he would bring 2 pairs of gloves. And at about halfway in the third period, he would say his hands are sweating. Would you like to share my extra pair of gloves? So we know where we stand. Every man for himself. Good job here by Surma, killing off precious seconds here. Oh my, that play came back into the corner to number 14, Tata. And it's going to be picked up by Galarowski. And he rams it the length of the ice. And the Panthers with the quick change with 1:15 remaining in the Lebo man advantage. Streaking down the center ice area. Good play there by Esherick to help out his goaltender, clearing that errant puck from in front of Stein. Going to be picked up here again in the corner. Looks like, John, a very young Mount Lebanon team here. Mount Lebanon, I'm not sure about the ages here, but boy, in years past they have dominated with sometimes as much as 9 and 12 seniors playing, and it doesn't look like a very old Mount Lebanon team. Another shot right on. Good save by Stein, and he's seeing the puck like a basketball. Puck comes into the corner where Schneiders will help out. The box and one. Back shot goes wide. 26 seconds remain in the man advantage. Back to the point where number 16 will play at Storer. Again, back to the point, the left-handed shot's going to rag it. Takes it a one-timer by number 27, Bianco, and we've heard that name from the past. And a good effort there by the Panthers to clear it the length of the ice. And that should pretty much do it, John. 4 seconds to go here. Looks like the Panthers are going to successfully kill the first shorthanded situation. Big hit there by Sermon. He puts number 27, Bianco, on his wallet. Sermon got the better of that hit. Finally taken back in the corner where Schneiders, a centering pass goes by the mark. Play comes around the corner where Selip will corral the player into the boards, where he's going to be helped out here by James Klein. Finally going to be picked up on the far board by Mount Lebanon, and they'll go for a wholesale line change. Play comes banked into the corner where Surma will outlet for Klein. Left-handed shot, and he wheels and deals with the famous number 11. Amazing how brothers of past wear the same numbers. Surma's the tradition even up to the father with number 8, and the Kleins traditionally a number 11 household. Good action both ways, end to end. Very quick play, and stellar play certainly by number 29 Stein here as he's faced the better of the shots. Face-off taken by Murray, unable to control in the corner, taken by number 14 Tata. Murray's going to pick up the mail, and he'll just bank it as he'll take a heavy hit where Gralty will pick it up. Centering pass as he looked for number 10, Parker Phillips, unable to control. And boy, does he look like he has grown in the offseason. My, oh my. I think Phillips played a game or two last year, and I talk about this quite often, John, that spurt between 9th and 10th and 11th grade is just unbelievable to watch in front of your own eyes. Taken by Gralty, and he's going to chip it in offside, as Phillips was in ahead of the play. 6:36 remains here in the first. Your score 0-0. Gralty perhaps coming off the ice late. Not sure if he was going for a equipment change. And they almost blew the whistle to start play, but caught him out of the corner of the eye. Big hit there in the corner by number 17, Chakran. Play comes outside the zone. That's going to be kicked back in offside, and we'll do it all over again outside the Panther blue line. Once again, a pretty good crowd on both sides of the equation here. Very impressive turnout here by the Panther contingency. And the home games have been well supported. This is a 6:40 game. We have typically been playing those late Thursday and Friday evening games at 8:40. Going to be a pleasure to get out and perhaps watch the Steeler game tonight on Thursday night NFL football. Once again, a scoreless game, very typical of St. Clair Mount Lebanon games of old. And boy, that's why it's so important for Upper St. Clair to get that first tally. I think these games sometimes, John, can end 1-0, 2-0. Very seldom you get in a shootout with this team. Faceoff controlled neatly by the Panthers. Number 26, Segerdahl, dishes it off to Galarowski. Play comes around the corner where it's going to be picked up. Oh, an errant play comes into the corner where it's banked back to center by Esherick, taken by number 36, Robbie Harbison. Play's going to be banked in behind goaltender Stein, where number 21, Esherick, assistant captain, will chip it back to center, and Mount Lebanon will have to regroup. Good outlet pass right on the tape by Harbison, taken by Feldman, and he avoids a check around the far boards. Centering pass to Galarowski, almost controls. Chipped it back to center where it'll be batted down by number 27, Bianco, and he does a good job to get it back to Surma at center. Right back on the attack, Lewis will bank it around the boards, number 55, nobody home. Going to be picked up again by Mount Lebanon. Play is still loose at center. Good play by Lewis. He chips it forward. Little break comes. Here comes Klein. Shot. Oh, he's held in from behind and no call. Little bit of interference or hooking. And the Panther faithful is looking for a call. And to no avail. Boy, I tell you, it could have very easily been a hooking call there as the stick work was going up against Klein. But nothing called. And with 4:21 to go here, Panthers almost cash in on a Mount Lebanon mistake. Faceoff controlled in the corner by the Panthers, where Selip will take it back to Schneiders with a good effort, and that comes off his stick, which gets shot a little bit wide. Taken back to the corner where number 72, Schneid, will play it into the corner. Be careful of a high stick here. That's going to be touched up by Mount Lebanon. A good play there by Schneid. Back to the corner where number 16, Storr, will take it. Screenshot just goes wide as Stein had a tough time seeing that come across the crease. Tied up by two Panthers there. They say play on, where Selip will take it around the corner. Taken back to center by Schneiders, unable to control, and Mount Lebanon pounds it right back behind Stein. This is where the Panthers have to really preserve, John, their energy here. Mount Lebanon, a classic team that makes you work for every inch you get of ice. And that usually takes its toll here in the third period. Once again, the Blue Devils just doing an excellent job just clearing it down and making the Panthers pay for it. Good effort there as Selip avoids a hit, and he'll go to the ice. And boy, they're letting him play, John. Whistle has been in the pocket. So far, we've only had one penalty here called on Gralty. And looks like we'll have an icing play here. And with 2:56 to go in the first, a very swift-moving first period. We're still scoreless at 0. Well, I'm sure we'll get a few interviews next week. We've been unable to get any this week. It basically must be a very shy team, but I can assure you the boys coming home from college around Thanksgiving will not be shy. So we'll have to see what's on the plate for games coming up. Most of the ex-players will come see a game. Oh, another brilliant save. Rebound, oh my. Stein, and he's shaking the cobwebs. That hit the mask. And oh my, does that bring back visions of Gump Worsley and Eddie Johnston. Goaltenders have passed with no goal cages. Had the pleasure of talking to a St. Clair resident, Eddie Johnston, the other day, and former goaltender for the NHL, and boy, he said they never had mask, and that struck right on the mask of Stein, and actually had lost, oh my, and a penalty here. A good play by Murray, and he's going to draw, I think, an interference call. And a brilliant play as he tried to put it between the Mount Lebanon player's legs, and his path was impeded, and the Panthers will draw their first power play opportunity here at the 2:04 mark. Brilliant save once again by Stein, and hit him in the mask, and credit of the defense, they were there to clear the zone as he lost sight of it. Well, the turkey's on the table here, John. Of course, the Panthers playing an excellent first period here, pretty evenly matched between both teams, very much end-to-end action. Panthers enjoy pretty much a man advantage here for the remainder of the first period. Unable to keep it in is Schneiders, where it comes back to the point where Mitch Lewis will bank it around the board behind Lazowski. Play is finally picked up by Mount Lebanon, cleared the length of the ice. Sticked aside by Stein, and Lewis will look for Klein, and he'll lead the rush out with 1:15 remaining in the man advantage. Big time wheel and deal there by Klein. Big shot right on. And a good save by Lazowski, and boy, did we have a good angle there, and a powerful shot. Actually, a screenshot, I think, went between the legs of the defenseman. Yeah. John making a point that the defender lifted the leg and perhaps let the goaltender get a peek on it. Back to the point where Esherick will play it. Back to the corner where Lewis give and go in the corner. Back to the point. Lewis, shot, rebound. Oh, my. Gralty's in front. Can't drive it home. Play comes around in the corner where it's going to be picked up neatly by Murray. And, boy, can he stick handle. Shot right on. Rebound shot. It's loose. Unable to control. And Panthers again, John, doing an excellent job with that man in the middle. Look at the North Allegheny game, and I think the knock on that, and Coach Marks was looking to see what went wrong in that game, and they didn't really have, we used to call it the donut, where they'd have 5 men on the perimeter and nobody in the middle. Panthers doing an excellent job. Gralty now in the middle, 2 men attacking. Esherick's going to keep it in, but a little gamble there, and a good back check there by number 10, Phillips. Right back on the tape of Gralty with 15 seconds to go. He's been out there for an extended shift. Now it goes to Murray. He looks for Phillips in front. Got a trailer here in Surma, and he couldn't see him with 5 to go. That'll probably do it, and back to center. And that'll do it for the first period. Exciting first period of play. We're score 0-0. We're still looking for that breakout 3-4 goal period, but maybe we'll save the best for last. Shots on goal, our statistician number 19, James DeGangi, not dressed tonight, will be our statistician of the evening. Shots on goal for the first period. Upper St. Clair 8, Mount Lebanon 7. A very, very evenly matched first period. Both teams finding themselves on the power play for 2 minutes. And Panthers with a couple good scoring opportunity, especially by Klein with the big blast there with a minute to play in the first. Well, I can't remember, John. It has to go back to the Anthony Sarabella days when we beat this Mount Lebanon team. They are just an absolute force. I remember the patented Christmas tournament where we had beaten the Mount Lebanon and Bethel Park team, and we used to coin the MasterCard phrase of being priceless in the same day. And I think there was only one other regular season game, and we beat Mount Lebanon very handily about 4 years ago, 5-1 in this building. But it has been a long time drought for the Panthers. And, oh, boy, another hit from behind here. And, boy, Schneiders is going to get the gate here, and that's 2 penalties. just kind of find themselves vulnerable, and they take a heavy hit in the corner. And Schneiders will get the gate. 2 minutes for hitting from behind. And with 14:27 to go here in the second, Mount Lebanon will find themselves on their second man advantage of the evening. Face-off controlled nicely by the Panthers. Going to be chipped in by Escherich. And the Wylants from Mount Lebanon come in the building. Always nice to see a familiar face. Not sure if they have any kids playing, but just probably some faithfuls, kind of like you and I. I still say, and with the economy as brutal as it is, and trust me, another 450-point day today down. That $3 admission's looking better and better every week. But hopefully these things will pass. Neat little outlet pass here. Finally, Mount Lebanon's able to crash the Panther attack zone. They're going to corral it in the far corner here. Back to the point where number 28, Haft, is going to play it. Back to number 3, Bailing. And I think I had called Bailing earlier as a goaltender. I think last year, John, the brother was a Bailing who was a goaltender. So another legacy here, especially in Mount Lebanon. Boy, in St. Clair, the brother connections continue to play on, and very, very evident with Mount Lebanon with the Miraviches. And, names of the past. Shot's going to go whistle wide, and that goes into the meshing. And that play will come all the way down outside the zone. Couple other brother connections I can't remember. Who was a defenseman that was pretty good there? Bartkowski, was that a name?
Yeah,
Bart. He had no brothers with him? Wylans, yeah, we had Danny and
Millhouse.
Yeah, Millhouse was the name I was thinking. A name, definitely a big-time name in Mount Lebanon hockey. Oh, my, and boy, I didn't even see that, but the Panthers are now 2 men down here. The Panthers, number 10, Parker Phillips, got a penalty. I'm not sure why. High sticking call, actually. I thought when they were flagging the high stick, John shot on. Oh, another brilliant save by Stein. And, boy, he looks really sharp in goal. John, when they had flagged that high stick, I thought it was an errant a puck that had gone into the meshing, and sometimes they'll wave it outside the zone. And that's what they did. But, boy, the Panthers draw a high-sticking minor, and that penalty will go by the board. So the Panthers dodge a huge bullet here, killing off successfully the 5-on-3 disadvantage, and now are left with a shorthanded situation for the next 1 minute and 5 seconds. One thing you can't do is take penalties against Mount Lebanon. Good play by Klein, and he'll clear the zone. And the Panthers look to change as Surma will come off the ice. And Lewis. 48 seconds remain. Taken end to end. He's going to bank it and actually pass it to himself. A good play there by Robbie Schneid, as he made the player take it hard into the corner, but nobody there. Panthers doing an excellent job keeping them out of the middle here. Boy, Mount Lebanon looks like they have nowhere to go here. Panthers, again, a very aggressive forecheck here. Once again, Mount Lebanon not able to post a man in the middle, and a good play there by Schneid. 13 seconds remain. Shot on, good save, and Stein says no. Panthers have to be careful here, take a little bit of an exception here. Mount Lebanon usually very aggressive crashing the goal. But Stein says no. Looks extremely sharp tonight, number 29, Mike Stein. Well, not only are the hands cold, but the feet are starting to get cold.
You want the
I think we're going to have to ask for that little orange supply of stuff they crack open and put them in your boots. It is brutally cold here. Left 75-degree temperature a week ago in South Carolina. And the first week I was there, it was 59 and rainy when you had 72 and sunny. So somehow, some way, you had better weather for the first 4 days when I was down there. Should have been down there this week. But like a good steward, I came home for a home game here, and good to be back. And it snowed every day since I've been back. A little extracurricular there in the front. A good play by Surma as he takes exception. Once again, the Panther defense really standing their ground in defense of goaltender Mike Stein, and you like to see that, John. Yeah, definitely. Surma, number 8. Another shot right on, and a good save again by Stein. And be careful here. A little extracurricular going on between Surma and one of the Mount Lebanon players. Looks like we might have a injury situation here where number 14 for Mount Lebanon, Mike Tata, is going to head to the locker room, followed by the paramedic. Well, John, Panthers have to really be careful here. I think Mount Lebanon tries to almost draw you into this lull you to sleep type thing, and you take kind of some, maybe useless penalties here, and the Panthers have to realize they're in a battle here, and a 1-goal or 2-goal strike could be all it needs. Another heavy hit there. Boy, I tell you, Surma dishing out checks like the first of the month here. Play is going to come loose where Surma will corral it. Looks for Gralty, give and go where Gralty will chip it, avoids a check at center. Surma's going to change up. Taken by number 18, C.J. Murray. Plays it around the corner where Gralty will attempt to pick it off. Big time play there by number 10, Phillips. He'll bank it around the goaltender, but nobody home. Picking up by Have. Have, number 28. Play comes in the corner where Esherick will battle for it. Going to be helped out by the Panther. They're letting him play, and you got 2 Panthers standing there waiting for the whistle to blow, and they play on. Oh, my, and almost a little deflection in front there by Stein, and my gosh. A little 10-10 pizza is right, and a little explanation. I guess somebody asked me, what's the 10-10 pizza? But if you've ever attended a Penguin game, the joke was the referees would always put the whistle in the pocket in the third period because I was convinced they had a pizza ordered at the Marriott for 10-10 pickup. So something very similar here tonight. They're letting them play. Probably want to watch the Steeler game after this game. 9:19 remains here. Uh-oh, be careful here. Good little outlet pass there, and right on the tape of number 9, Patrick. Shot's going to go in. That hit the side of the net. Rebound shot comes right on, and another big save in front by Stein. Good play comes into the corner where Beeling will take it. Another blocker save there by Stein. Unable to get it out. Mount Lebanon right back here on the attack where Esherick's going to bank it off the boards and clear it the length of the ice. And the Panthers will be called for icing, but an excellent play there by Esherick to get the heat out of the hot kitchen. 8:48 to go. Your score still knotted at 0. Shot again right on, rebound. Oh, once again, Mount Lebanon there to crash the boards. Panther, it's all up. It's all Mount Lebanon here the last 2 minutes. Another big save by Stein. Play finally comes back to center where number 4 will play it for Mount Lebanon. No number on number 4. Must be a call up here. Oh, another good play in front. And boy, Mount Lebanon just smelling the blood here. Shot right on, deflected in the corner. Centering pass goes by the mark. Careful here, another centering pass, right through the crease. And boy, the Panthers need to just take a deep breath and get this puck out of the zone here. Good play by Sermon. He banks it around the corner, and once again, Panthers are going to be, they'll wave icing off here, and the Panthers finally get the fresh troops on the ice, John. And we're going to have a whistle here with 7:43 to go here in the second period. And we'll have a face-off to the right of goaltender number 29, Stein. It just looks like the Panthers have kind of found a little bit of a lull here for 2 minutes. And boy, you got to play the full 45 minutes when you play this team. Really a chance to set Mount Lebanon back, who typically comes into these games undefeated or will go with a one-loss season. Mount Lebanon already with 2 losses and 1 tie, and boy, the Panthers could really, really send a message to this team, giving them their 3rd loss. Right in front, shot, be careful. Oh, what a play by Stein. And you'd have to be here to believe that, folks. He was on his pad, and he stuck out the stick and kicked it away from the Mount Lebanon offenseman, who was right on the doorstep. We may look back on that, and these are typically, John, where you sometimes find, within a minute you come back and get one of your own. It's loose, and Celup with a golden opportunity. Couldn't cash in. All Panthers here now, and boy, that might have been the break they needed here. Right back on the attack comes Mount Lebanon, where Davis will streak end to end. Big heavy hit there in the corner by Sermon. He lined him up and drove him into the boards. Taken by Klein, and he'll outlet on the corner as he'll look for Celup. Unable to control, and that comes back to Lewis in a big body check. Picked off by Klein. Takes it in the corner, and he'll look for Surma. Outlet pass back to Mitchell Lewis. Comes around the corner. Good little stick work there in the corner by number 27 for Mount Lebanon, Bianca. Back to the point where number 16, Storr, will play it. Comes around the corner. Mount Lebanon looks for a quick change. Outlet pass comes over to number 28, Schneiders. Banks it back to Klein. Looks like these line shifts are getting a lot longer here, John. Take it in the corner. It's just end-to-end action here. Good outlet pass right on the tape of Celup. Left-handed shot. He's going to wrist it, and that'll come by the mark. 5:50 to go here in the second. Play comes back to center where number 36, Harbison, will play it. Good play there by Harbison, unable to control. Gonna check it and bank it off the board, right back on the tape of Gralty. A wrister is off the defenseman, comes loose in front to Phillips, unable to control. Banked around the board, but in front, and a good shot by Murray right on, and a good save by Lazowski. Picked off by Murray, and he'll have to corral it back outside the center ice zone. Kind of a little errant pass comes off the mark, but he's going to pass it to himself. Shot right on to Gralty, and a good save. Lazowski lost sight of it here, and another beautiful play there by Murray as he set up Gralty in front. Finally, Mount Lebanon's going to clear it, and they're saying that it was deflected, where Stein will come out and play it. Right back on the attack is Harbison here, taken by Murray, and he's been out for an extended shift. Little heavy hit there in the corner by Phillips. And boy, the Panthers shifts are getting longer and longer here, John. 4:37 to go and an offside play, and they'll let them change them up. And an exciting quick second period of action as well, and we're still scoreless, 0-0. Face-off controlled by Mount Lebanon, played by Alan Davis, and he'll bank it into the Panther zone where it'll be taken by Lewis, number 55, and he'll chip it back to the length of the ice where it's taken by Will Haft, number 28. Picked off by the Panthers in front. It's Galarowski. He had him point blank from 10, and that shot's just going to go wide. Golden opportunity for the left-handed shot of Galarowski. and he had him point blank from 10 and unable to control. And Mount Lebanon dodges a huge bullet there. It'll be taken by number 11, Petrosak, and he has to wait till his fellow player gets onside, but unable to control, and going to be taken right back out to center by Lewis, who avoids a check. Finally taken by Feldman, and he'll backhand it in, and they look for a quick change. 3:35 remains here in the second. Taken right back on the attack is number 2, Davis, and a wrister, and that's going to come off the glass behind Stein. Boy, what a transition here for the Panthers. Very impressive. Just give and go hockey, and it's just end to end. Finally taken by Schneiders, but he's unable to control. Panthers doing an excellent job of keeping 2 defensemen back, and that'll be cleared in the length of the ice by Mount Lebanon, who will be guilty of icing. And with 3:08 to go, we're still scoreless. Face-off controlled and taken by Mount Lebanon. And they're going to 9-iron it back. Be careful. Oh, a loose puck, and once again. And Mount Lebanon just historically known for that last-minute poke check right into the goaltender where number 9, Patrick, got a piece of Stein, but kind of a little bit of uncertainty there between the defenseman and Stein, but Stein took the upper hand, and sometimes, John, in this sport, you have to take matters into your own hands. Face-off neatly controlled by the Panthers, where Phillips will bank it across to number 18, Murray, and unfortunately, Gralty unable to stay onside. And the dreaded blue line trip. 2:47 to go. We'll face it off outside the blue stripe. Well, there's not too often, and that's going to hit the rafters. We'll do it again. It's not too often I will actually put the mic down and go outside, but I can assure you folks, it is so cold in here. I will be cherishing that 15-minute break we have. Oh. There are no interviews today, folks. I might have time to go to the drugstore and buy some gloves. Play comes around the Mount Lebanon goaltender, where number 16, Storr, will play it. A good forechecking here by the Panthers, and looks like we're going to have a holding penalty here. My. And here the Panthers go again. Their 4th penalty of the evening will be doled out to number 10, Parker Phillips. And the Panthers will find themselves shorthanded for the next 2 minutes with 2:20 to play here. A holding minor on Phillips. Face-off controlled neatly by the Panthers, where Surma and Lewis play give and go. Oh, big-time move there by Davis. This guy can fly, number 2. And he's in the command position in the corner. Back to the right point with the left-handed shot. Kind of interesting. You see that even a lot, John, where you have a left-handed shot on the right point and a right-handed shot on the left point. You see that a lot even with wingers, too, these days. Taken again by Davis, and he's all over the ice. Oh, my, little breakout here. C.J. Murray's going to pick the mail. He's going to take it hard into the corner and beat the Mount Lebanon player to the play. Chips it back to center, but nobody home at the point. Mount Lebanon comes back 1-on-3. Good defensive effort there. Very, very impressed by the play of number 36, Harbison, and he held his ground very, very nicely. Oh, and a dangerous move here by Lazowski as he comes out of the crease 30 feet away. And a good play by the Panthers. They'll clear it the length of the ice, and with 45 seconds to go here in the man advantage, Panthers successfully killing their fourth shorthanded situation. 57 seconds remain. Oh, my! And a give and go there right on the doorstep, saved by Stein. Back to the point, Davis, and another big save by Stein. Very impressive, John, goaltending ability here of number 29. That's our second look of the young goaltender here for the Panthers. Playing a brilliant game here for Upper St. Clair. Face-off taken and controlled by Mount Lebanon with 27 seconds remaining in the man advantage. That shot's going to go way by the mark. Going to be picked up there in the corner by number 9, Zach Feldman. Good play, and finally going to be chipped out again by Harbison, right on the tape of James Klein. And he's obstructed. Once again, nothing called. Boy, I tell you. Taken in the corner here by Davis, and he's going to take a heavy hit there by Esherick. Klein is going to be disrupted there in the corner, where it's finally corralled by number 14, Teta. Play comes back. Be careful here. 9 seconds to go. A 2-on-1 breaks out. Oh, my. And an offside on a 2-on-1 break. And the Mount Lebanon fans are clamoring as they were on the blue line. But with 7.6 seconds remaining in the second, the last thing the Panthers want to do is give up a late goal here in the second. Well, we bring out those old math major skills in the third period, John, and like to say the next goal may win, and there may only be one goal. And that'll do it, folks. So without any further ado, it's time to get a hot chocolate. Score is 0-0 after 2. We'll let them go to the bench, clean the ice, and we'll be back for exciting third period action in a moment. Dreaded trickle-down effect. We hope so. I stayed till the last minute. And we've got 15 more minutes of action, folks. And did you change the tape? Oh, okay. I had this, I'm okay. I had this look of horror from my cameraman that he didn't change the tape and the third period had started. But he is on the ball. And we are now skating 5-on-5, and the Panthers again find themselves in a barn burner here, knotted at 0. Panthers were definitely outshot in the second period, 10-2, as Upper St. Clair found themselves killing 3 short-handed situations. But the stellar play of goaltender number 29, Mike Stein, really, really shining so far this game. Taken at center ice by Selip, and he'll bank it in and look for a change where he's going to be followed up by Klein. A centering pass goes by the mark. Got to see his brother home from Villanova for the evening. Our next home game will, John, be on Monday right here in the Ice Castle. Oh, give and go here to Gralty. Gives it back to Phillips. Shot on, oh my, what an opportunity. And that play started with a nifty little pass by Murray. Cross ice right on the tape of Phillips. And boy, the backhanded shot goes right into goaltender Lazowski. But a golden opportunity there for the Panthers at the 13:36 mark. Unfortunately, we won't have a hockey game over the Thanksgiving break here. Our next home game will be this Monday, November 24th, here at the Ice Castle at 6:30 versus Fox Chapel. So that should be a very, very good game as well. Panthers skating with a little bit of step of urgency. Shot, oh my, Murray with a brilliant move and just whistled that wide. And that corner was wide open, John. And boy, the Panthers are buzzing like bees around a hive here, and an excellent shift here by the Murray, Parker, Phillips, Gralty line here. Taken, that's going to go in on a delayed offside. That whistle will be kept in the pocket. Be taken here by the defense where Surma give and go, and nobody home here against the corner. Where number 26, Segerdal tries to play it. Play will finally come around to number 7, Galarowski, and he had a golden opportunity there in the second period. 12:38 remains here. Taken into the corner, checked by Feldman. Kept in neatly by Segerdahl, but unable to control. And finally, number 3, Bailing will bank it back into the attack zone for Mount Lebanon. Good play here by the Panthers here, and they, again, seem to be beating Mount Lebanon to the puck here. It looks like we're going to have a whistle down here on a high sticking infraction. And they'll face it off to the right of goaltender Lazowski. Face-off controlled, but not out of the zone. A little errant shot and taken by Klein. Oh, my. Once again, another quick whistle here. We're going to get a, not sure if we're getting a roughing call here, but it looks like Mount Lebanon's going to get the gate here. And number 2 is going to get a 2-minute minor here. See what the call is. Going to be an interference call. You're right, John. At 12:08, and the turkey is definitely on the table here. Panthers find themselves now with the man advantage for the second time this evening. And a all-important face-off controlled by Mount Lebanon, and they'll kill precious seconds as they'll chip it back behind goaltender Stein. Good outlet pass there by Klein right on the tape, and Selup's unable to control. Panthers going to be the cardinal sin, called for icing on the power play. But that'll stop the clock, and with 11:47 remaining here in the third, 1:40 remaining in the Panther man advantage. Face-off controlled by C.J. Murray, where chips it behind the goaltender, where Esherick will play it. Nifty little move here by Murray, and boy, what a stick handler this left-handed forward is. Takes it on the power move of his own as he looks for Phillips crashing the goal, but he's going to hold on to it. Takes a wheel and deal, circles the wagon back to the point where Lewis will play it, right back on the tape of Murray. Looks for Lewis, has Esherick in the corner. Shot, oh my, and Gralty got his stick on it to deflect it, and that just whistles wide. Going to be cleared back. Oh, kept in neatly at the point, but unfortunately, right back to the Mount Lebanon player, and they'll drive it down deep. 56 seconds remain in the man advantage. And Esherick will lead the attack back to center. End to end, and he'll pull up the reins. Unfortunately, he'll lose it and chip back to center. Played into the corner by Stein, where Lewis will pick it up. He'll bank it back to center, where Gralty's unable to control. Heavy hit there in the corner by Phillips, and on a brilliant centering pass by number 10, Parker Phillips. Shot's going to be whistled wide by Lewis. Picked up in the corner by Murray. Right back on the tape of Surma, and he's unable to get that shot on the net. Takes a big drive. Oh, shot right on. Good save by Lazowski, and a brilliant shot by Surma. All Upper St. Clair here. Murray looks for Phillips, and a cross-ice pass is going to be deflected and out of the zone. 1 second remaining, and we're back to skating 5-on-5 here. Murray, who's been out here on an extended shift, and he's doing it all. Takes it wide, takes it now behind the goal, and he looks for the slot shot. Oh my, Feldman right on, it's loose. And a nice play there set up by Murray, and Feldman was streaking down the center. And a good pass right on the tape, but Feldman unable to get the shot off. And Lazowski was quick to save and pounce on the loose puck. 9:53 remains here in a scoreless game in the third. If this score at the end of regulation would end up 0-0 or tied. Shot on, rebound. Oh, what a play by Harbison. I'm very impressed again by the play here of number 36, Harbison. Robbie, boy, I'll tell you, rebound play, John, came right on the doorstep, and Harbison quick to get the stick and deflected it into the meshing, and we may again look back on that nice save by Stein and big-time pickup by Harbison. If we would end in a tie, they would skate to a 5-minute overtime, and at the end of 5 minutes, if it's tied, it is what it is. Just like in the NFL, tell Mr. McNabb of the Eagles, who didn't realize the game could end up tied. Hard to believe. Been a brilliant first 6 minutes of the third period. It's been all Upper St. Clair here. A nice opportunity on a man advantage, unable to score. Oh, another big save by Stein. Oh, folks, you'd have to be here to believe it. And the net's going to come off the meshing. And a little bit of clamoring going as Esherick skated through the crease. But they'll blow the play dead. And, boy, I got to tell you, Stein looks very quick on the pad save. And another big save by number 29, Mike Stein. And that's pretty impressive when 5 of your skaters go and touch the pads of their own goaltender, knowing how well and how important that save was. Big face-off win there by the Panthers, but unfortunately that's going to be whistled for icing. And they'll do it all over again with 8:52 remaining here in the third. Face-off taken and controlled here by the Panthers, taken by Sellup, number 96, and he'll bank it around the boards for Surma. He's going to give it right back to Lewis on a bank pass. Lewis, a good outlet right on the tape of Sellup, the left-handed shot going down the right wing, and he'll lose his edge. A couple big boys out there, Klein and Sellup. Surma in deep gambling, but picked up neatly by a nice play there by number 28, Schneiders, who will pick up Surma. Big give and go. It's loose. Oh, my, and another good opportunity for the Panthers. Very impressive, this team so far, John. Shot right on. Another save by Stein, and he looks sharp. Boy, I got to tell you, I'm very impressed with the defensive play here of Upper St. Clair. Teams of old would always cheat in, and you witnessed that. The Panthers would give up countless odd man breaks back, and it used to drive you absolutely bonkers. But I've got to tell you, very impressive when Surma stepped up in the play. Number 28, Schneiders, took his spot back at the point. And so far, so good. With 8 minutes to go, an exciting game here. And the Panthers look to score first and then cling to a lead. And that puck will be shot the length of the ice. Once again, Panthers guilty of an icing infraction. And they'll face it off to the left of goaltender Stein. .748 remaining here in the third. Face-off taken and controlled by Mount Lebanon. That play will come back to the point. Be careful here. Shot right on, deflected in front by Murray, and he comes up a little bit with a limp, and he's going to stay out there. Not sure if that puck hit him in a... Oh, my, right on the tape. And an offside play, and not sure if Murray got a shot here on the ankle or leg, or skating a little gingerly here, but decided to stay out. And that was an offside play as they went for the Hail Mary pass right at the blue line. Blue Devils control the draw here. Shot right on. Good save again by Stein. Once again, very impressive how the Panthers are clearing these rebounds, John. And here comes Murray right back on the attack, and he's got Gralty clearing. My, and the Panthers just attacking the goal here. Murray in the corner. Oh, my, a brilliant play by Murray. And oh, no, don't give Don't give it back. You've got to skate away here, and he's going to get them both. You've got to be kidding me. Brilliant move by Murray. Almost baited the Mount Lebanon player, and kind of a rookie mistake. Gralty came in and took exception to it, and boy, he's going to draw a coincidental minor here. My. Kind of like Murray saw that he was perhaps antagonizing the player and pretty much had his hands dropped. The player two-handed him. Murray went to the ice. The referee's arm quickly went up where the Panthers were going to go on a man advantage of their own, and number 6, Tim Gralty, took exception and was flagged for the coincidental minor. So we will skate 5-on-5 here, a la the Wayne Gretzky rule. Both players will stay off the ice, and it will not affect the play here on the ice. Both recipients of the minor penalty will have to serve 2 minutes and then a whistle before they're permitted to come back on the play on the playing field. Play goes around the corner. Oh, Surmer with a big-time hit there. Going to be helped out by number 83, Trombetta. Play is now really, John, starting to get physical here. Another heavy hit in the corner. It's loose. Play comes back to the point with 6:27 remaining. Oh, deflection right on. And you got to be absolutely kidding me here. Number 10, Brandon Tigret, is going to get the tally. And oh my, how fortunes can change in a quick deflection in front. Number 10, Panthers unable to clear the zone. A shot from the left point was deflected in front by number 10, Brandon Tigret. And just like that, the Panthers now find themselves dominating a third period of play and having to come from behind. Shot around the corner. Oh my, Big Ben struck one. And a big-time pass right on Schneider's stick, and he hit the pipe, and the Panthers look to answer right back. And the Panthers now, again, a sense of urgency here. My. Brilliantly, tactically played game, and a mishap in front and a deflection, and Stein unable to control, and another good save there. But the Panthers now find themselves with the dubious task of coming back against probably one of the greatest defensive programs in the PIHL, Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Right back, it's a Klein unable to get that shot on, where Selip will pick it up in the corner. It's loose. Back to the point where Sermo fan, be careful, a 2-on-1 will break out. Taken back, he'll rag it. Shot. Oh, what a save by Stein, and he held his ground. Big time save again by Stein. Wow. And a 2-on-1, and the defenseman played the pass and let the goalie take the action, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. And Stein with the big left shoulder save to keep the Panthers here in the game. With 5:18 remaining in the third, Panthers trail by 1. Face-off controlled by the Panthers, where Sermo ramming around the board. Going to be picked up in the corner by number 9, Feldman, unable to control that, so it'll go behind the goaltender, Stein. Mount Lebanon extremely aggressive, but they keep that forward back, and they're playing the classic 2 down deep, 3 back. And boy, once again, a tough task, tough road ahead of them here, trying to have to probably beat 3 defenders now. Once Mount Lebanon, again, they are probably the team most content to win 1-0 games out of all that we play year after year. Deflection comes in front. Murray, and he's taken hard into the boards. High sticking play was waved off here. Murray on his knees is going to get it neatly back to the point where Schneid will play it. Unable to control. Phillips with a big hit, kept in neatly by the Panthers. Feldman unable to control, and once again back to center. 4:13 remains. Panthers trail 1-0. Good outlet pass, and Murray's going to have to beat 4 defensemen. Good luck. I didn't sign up for this, and a delayed offside. They'll both all touch up and come right at it. He goes, I didn't sign up for that. Shot right on Phillips. A good save by Lazowski. And he says no with 3:52 remaining here in the third. Well, to the Panthers' credit, they seem to never want to give up, John. Seem extremely resilient here. Most teams would be hanging their head after a hard-fought 2.5 periods of play, but the Panthers have definitely, the quit is not in this team this year. Back to center. We lack the Panther teams of the past used to have that 1 or 2 just standout explosive scorer, but I'll tell you, sometimes you look at these teams and you think they're much better rounded because of the way they all seem to play together. Shot's loose in front. It's still loose. Stan unable to control, and finally going to be picked up in the corner where Schneider's assistant captain will bank it out. Oh my, and a penalty here. A late call here. Another charging call. Number 11's going to get the gate, Petrasek, and he takes exception. He throws the stick. Better be careful there. Can get an extra 2-minute minor. Throws the stick right in front of the rink owner, Ralph Murovich. Never a good thing. And the Panthers will find themselves now shorthanded, or now with the man advantage. And I wonder if Coach Marks may decide to call a timeout here. Might have got a 10-minute misconduct here. I think that's indeed right. A good eye there. 2 guys in the penalty box. Indeed, a 2-minute minor for charging and a 10-minute misconduct. So the services of number 11, Petrasek, are probably done for the evening. Panthers now, do not be surprised. Sure, if they're going to have to reset that clock. They have it at 1:59, John, here on the man advantage. They're probably not going to bother with it. I think they just held the clock up a second, and that's exactly what they did. That play never got started, and the penalty should have said 2 minutes. I think the referee skated over to the timekeeper and said, hold 1 second off before you start it. But the Panthers are definitely going to have to think perhaps with a minute or 40 seconds to go. Shot on by Klein. What a save. And Mount Lebanon just backed right into it, and Klein whistled a big slap shot from 20 and a big save by Lazowski. But as I was saying, I think the Panthers are seriously, number one, have 2 tactically things they can consider. They can use their one and only timeout for the game to rest the troops, which Coach Marks may want to consider. And the other thing to consider with 1:37 to go is perhaps pulling your goaltender in favor of a 2-man advantage. And that's a tough call because you'll have a minute to play. Shot on by Esherick, and there is no rebound as Gralty was right in front. So 1:32 remains in the Panther man advantage, 2:41 in the contest. And Klein will take the draw as he'll shoot it behind the goal. Kind of a set play where Phillips went to corral it. Back to the point to Murray to Phillips, and he'll wheel it around behind Lazowski where it'll be picked up by number 11, Klein. Seems like Mount Lebanon's standing still here. Klein's going to take a drive, and that's going to be deflected into the meshing. That's a big-time shot by James Klein, and to no avail. And with 1:11 remaining in the man advantage, the Panthers will change up a few players. They've now got Klein out there with Schneiders, Lewis, to the point. Oh, shot by Murray, unable to control, and Selup's out there. Back to the point, unable to keep it in is Murray, and Mount Lebanon will clear it the length of the ice. .50 seconds remain in the man advantage. Good cross-ice pass. 3-on-2 breaks out here. Murray with a shot and a good glove save by Lazowski. And once again, to the credit of the Mount Lebanon goaltender, not many second chance opportunities here this evening, John. And the Panthers have definitely been in position to take advantage of a rebound. Faceoff's going to be taken by number 7, Greeno from Mount Lebanon. He's unable to control. 40 seconds remain in the man advantage. Sellup in the corner. He'll leave it for Schneiders. Behind the goal for Klein. 30 seconds in the man advantage, and he'll take it back to the point. Little saucer pass over to Murray. A blast. Oh, that's blocked in front and cleared the length of the ice. And a big-time shot cleared out by Stein, and he looks to get an assist here, taken by Schneiders, and he takes a power move right on the tape of Klein. Oh, and another big save right between the pads. And again, point blank, James Klein probably with the best opportunity here in the man advantage. And they're indeed looking to pull the goaltender, and they're going to use that one and only timeout. And the good news, John, is indeed they probably will pull Stein because the faceoff is in the attack zone for the Panthers. So with 1:17 remaining in the third, Panthers again find themselves clawing and trying to knot this up and force an overtime 5-minute period. And a timeout called by Coach Larry Marks. Yeah, one of these days we'll get him on the air. Oh, just a kind of a weird feeling again in the booth here. You know, you're not a big fan of 0-0 games, John, but you just kind of had the feeling that this game was kind of tilting towards the St. Clair Panthers. I've got to be honest. I mean, they were probably outplayed the better part of the second period, but probably indeed find themselves with some bit of momentum as they killed 3 successful minor penalties in that period and probably went to the locker room feeling pretty good about themselves. Had an opportunity there and had the first power play opportunity and probably a mistake Gralty would love to have back, and we all make them, but a costly penalty that cost the Panthers from a man advantage late there in the third period. But we'll see what they're made of. Gralty on the ice, give him the puck and let him put the puck in the goal. Faceoff is controlled and taken by Murray, and he'll chip it around as he looked for Klein, but unable to control, and a hustling play here in the corner by Phillips. And they indeed, the Panthers now have an empty net. 6 attackers here on 5. Penalty is over. Panthers have the extra attacker because of the pulled goaltender. 55 seconds remain. It's all Upper St. Clair here. Good hustling play there in the corner. Centering pass, oh my! And he couldn't get it off. Once again, Klein in front. It's loose where Gralty will take it. 43 seconds to go. Klein and Gralty will play give and go behind Lazowski. Finally picked up by Mount Lebanon, and he's going to try to chip it back to center, and he gets it out of the zone. Oh, and they got a delayed offside here. They got to tag up here. 26 to go. And now they're going after him, but Mount Lebanon, another good job to get it back to center. 18 seconds remains. Little saucer pass into the corner where Klein will take it. Back to the point where Lewis has it. Shot's going to go wide. 10 seconds to go. Picked up by Mount Lebanon, kept in by Upper St. Clair. Oh, what a save! And with 3 seconds to go, that'll do it, folks. In front, shot, score! He gave him the goal! And with 1 second to go, the Panthers are going to knot it with 1 second to go. And you would have to be here to believe that goal, folks. I'm not sure who got the tally, but it could have been right down the slot, and I'm telling you, it might have been Lewis. And I got to tell you, Lewis came into the play late, and the time clock said 0, John, but indeed, that goal will count, and Mitchell Lewis with a goal at the 1 second mark will tie it at 1. Oh my. Yeah, we'll get a shot of Mom here, and she's holding her heart. And I got to tell you, folks, there was so much confusion with 3 seconds to go. I'm like, that'll do it. But the only thing that'll do is tie the game. And, 0.4 seconds. So the actual time of the goal will be less than 1 second. I don't think I've ever seen that, ever, calling a hockey game, scoring with less, John, than 1 second on the clock. As I like to say, paging Dr. Reprieve, paging Dr. Reprieve. Wow. Well, 5 more minutes of sub-zero weather in the broadcast booth. I hope they're deciding to pay us overtime. My. Well, if you've gone this far, John, you might as well just take it to the next level. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Crashing the goal. I think he wound up from 10, and it just almost put a hole in the back of the net. And to the credit of the official, he was right on the absolute call, in perfect position, and he flagged that goal in, and the whistle went off. And I got to tell you, that was a brilliant effort. And you want to talk about never say die. Once again, the Panthers, to their credit, have hung in there and tied this Mount Lebanon team up with 1/2 second to go. Mount Lebanon player is going to be whistled out. Little extracurricular action going on with Davis and Gralty on the left corner. 5-minute overtime here, folks. Next goal wins, and if it ends up with no score, we end up with a tie. Taken by Gralty, going to be helped out here by Phillips. Picked up by senior captain number 8, Sermon. He chips it with the backhand, and he'll look for a quick change here. Heavy hit in the corner, and one thing you do want to hopefully avoid here, John, is any penalty here in the overtime situation. 4:21 remains in the extra frame here. Taken by Davis here, number 2, and this guy can fly, and he's a big boy. Be taken by number 72, Schneid, excuse me. Back to the point, unable to get it out, where Beeling will play it. He's going to get his pocket picked. He looked for Selip as he was trying to clear the zone. Little breaks out here now where Selip will take it, and he's got Klein trailing. Little offside play, and they'll stop it with 3:52 remaining in the overtime. And we are tied at 1 in the 4th frame. Faceoff going to be taken by Murray and controlled by the Panthers as Surma rams it in the zone. Oh my, taken and banked right off the referee, and I think that hit him in a spot. Taken nicely by Phillips to where he'll bank it in the corner for Lewis. Be careful here, a little blind pass in the corner where it's taken at the point by number 42, Gutman. Finally going to be picked up by number 7 in front for Mount Lebanon. Greeno. Play is taken around. It's been absolutely all Upper St. Clair here. And a little breakout here. Oh my! You've got Murray, point blank. Shot wheels. Oh, what a save! Oh my! And he had him point blank, and he had him beat, and he couldn't lift the puck, John. Point blank from 3 feet away. Brilliant pass on a breakaway and a screenshot, and he says no. My. And another little bit of extracurricular there by number 28, a big boy there, Will Haft. And he knocked number 18 on his wallet as he was a little in a precarious position. But what a brilliant pass there, right on the stride. And Not too often you're going to see number 18 not bury it, and he's extremely upset as he pounds his stick on the ice, and he had him beat. Just couldn't get that puck off the ice. 2:45 remains here in the extra frame. Comes back to center where number 21, Escherick, unable to control, where he's going to be helped out by Schneid. Be careful here, it's loose. Shot, oh, what a save again by Stein. You got to be kidding me. He got the right pad down on an open corner. And brilliant pad save there by Mike Stein. 2:20 remains here in an exciting overtime period. We're tied at 1. And a little errant pass there. Again, be careful here. And finally, actually a good deflection that came off the boards and kicked that puck, John, back out to the neutral ice area there. Gave the Panthers a chance to regroup here. Play is going to be banked by Surma, unable to be controlled by Feldman. And the Panthers will find themselves guilty of icing. And they'll change them up and face it off with 1:54 remaining here in the overtime, tied at 1. Once again, we appreciate you tuning into the Channel 7 Panthers Television Network. Exciting hockey. Our third broadcast of the 2008-2009 season. We'll be back in action here with the TV network here on Monday, November 24th against Fox Chapel. Once again, Murray looks extremely interested in getting the puck. Be careful, a late change here. Mount Lebanon back on the attack. Over to Davis. Shot, good save by Stein, and he says no. Well, once again, both teams extremely hungry here in the overtime. And a lot of extracurricular activity when the whistle was blown. But once again, there's no denying these two teams are big-time rivals here. And I think we're going to get Mount Lebanon's timeout here. And oh my, what a finish. Panthers scoring. The official time of goal would be 14:59 and 0.6 of 1 second. A first ever to score with less than 1 second on the clock. And I guess that's why they go to tenths of a second, John, in the last minute of play. But a brilliant shot by Lewis coming late into the play and picked up a puck from 10 feet and drove it home to tie it at 1. Well, you've got to believe you stole one here, John. I got to hope that you have a defensive scheme or thought in mind. But once again, a very, very closely contested game. Teams seem very, very evenly matched here tonight. Both great play by the goaltenders tonight, who are definitely some of the stars of the game. Lazowski and Stein, a stellar performance here tonight. And with 1:15 to go here in the extra frame, Mount Lebanon will win the draw. Taken by number 14, unable to get it out by the Panthers. Back to the point. Be careful here. Number 27 takes a drive, Bianco, and that's blocked in front. And C.J. Murray looks for the streaking Panther of Parker Phillips. Oh, my, and a bold move there as that shot went through the crease. Icing will be waved off where Lewis will bank it around the board. Picked up by Phillips. Back to Murray. 43 seconds remains. Over to Surma. And he looks for Gralty, unable to control. And that'll be another icing call here on the Panthers. And with 38 seconds to go, the all-important face-off will be in the Mount Lebanon attack zone. Face-off is controlled by Upper St. Clair, unable to get it out. Taken there by number 11, Klein, and he's going to rag the puck across the blue line. He's corralled by two defensemen. Heavy hit there by Harbison, and he's had an excellent game here this evening. Bodies are flying all over the ice. 2-on-1 breaks out. Klein takes it in. Backhanded shot. It's loose. What a save by Lazowski. Oh, my. Another breakaway. 2-on-1, and Klein went to the backhand, and another brilliant save by Lazowski. And with 14 seconds to go, the faceoff now will be to the left of the Mount Lebanon goaltender. A lot of time is right. If you can score with 0.4 of a second remaining, anything's possible. 4-on-2 breaks out. And an offside, and that's twice tonight, John. It happened earlier to Mount Lebanon on a 2-on-1 break, and boy, I'll tell you, they're getting away with a little bit of extracurricular here. The stick banging against the glass sometimes is not tolerated here, but with 6 seconds to go, it is what it is. And the all-important face-off is going to be taken by number 18, Murray, and he's going to break that. He's going to shoot it. Lazowski will do it, and that'll end it, folks. And that will do it. Little bit of words. Couple of captains get together. They'll both probably just skate away. and now it's time for the all-important handshake. So actually kind of just an absolute bitter rivalry here. And boy, I'll tell you, there's no doubt these two teams really just claw their way against each other. But I've got to tell you, the Panthers, as well as they came to play, I think at this point in time are definitely going to be satisfied here with a 1-1 tie. It was a brilliant game. Stars of the game, definitely Lazowski for Mount Lebanon. Stein, a brilliant performance here for Upper St. Clair, making some crucial saves late in the second and third period. And, of course, Mitchell Lewis, what can you say, number 55, crashing the goal with that all-important tying goal with 0.4 of a second remaining. So an exciting game. Goes to the extra frame. Panthers find themselves with a 1-1 tie and have a 4-2-1 record to Mount Lebanon's 2-2-2 record. So we hope you can join us for action here on Monday night, November 24th, right here at the Panthers Television Network, where Upper St. Clair will take on the Fox Chapel team. So for John Sarabella, I'm Kurt Carruth signing off on your Panthers Television Network. Good night, everybody.